YouTube you'll hear a lot of. Hey guys, we got another hiker. We've been seeing each other a good while. Back in Irwin anyway, and maybe even before that, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe Spivey Gap, I can't remember. But give us your trail name and a little bit about yourself.
My name's HAYMITCH.
Tell me how you spell that.
It's H-A-Y-M-I-T-C-H. It's because of HAYMITCH Abernathy.
Okay.
He's a character that Woody Harrelson plays on Hunger Games.
Okay.
And people say I look like Woody Harrelson. I don't see it, but I get it all the time. So
you accepted it.
I accepted it. Yeah.
You was having some leg issues or something the other day.
I did. I had I'd been running the last 2 or 3 miles of my days, and I was putting in like 23 to 27 mile days.
Wow.
And I thought it started off as just a shin splint on my left leg, and then it started swelling, and then I started getting bruising. So as soon as it started bruising, I knew it was bleeding, so something was wrong. So I pulled off and went to Irwin, went to emergency care, and they looked at it, and they just said that it was strained, and they gave me a shot of a steroid, and told me to take like 3 or 4 days off, rest it, ice it, elevate it, and
wow.
So now it's we're back to doing. I'm hiking with Deadpool now, and he's hanging back with me just to make sure I'm okay, and we're doing what, 16, 17, 18 mile days, something like that. So,
and that's pulling back. That's amazing.
Yeah, 50. So
that's amazing.
But we're taking our time on the downhills. The uphills are fine. It's just the downhills where it's hurting. So I'm thinking another 3 or 4 days of going slow, and I should be okay.
Did you have to quit a job or in between jobs or what?
No, I own my own company.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I own a company called West Virginia Inspection Company. We do home inspections. So I still get my paycheck. I'm still getting paid.
That's good.
I'm raising money for a cancer fund. It's called Kicking Cancer. It's through a company in Cross Lanes called Real Estate Central.
Now, do you have a blog or something? Or?
No, I'm updating every day on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just tell them real slow and easy how they can get to that in case they want to donate.
If they want to donate, they can get a hold of Josh McGrath. It's M-C-G-R-A-T-H, and he's in Charleston, West Virginia. And just look up Real Estate Central. Okay. And they can call him. And they can donate through that. It's hard to give them my Facebook page.
The last year, a guy named Ringo that was on YouTube, he was a home inspector.
Okay.
We helped him a bunch, and he's back doing. He owned his own company like you, and he's back doing it.
Yeah, my daughter's my office manager. My son is one of our home inspectors, and I have another guy named John Bogus who's an inspector. So they're running the company. They've been running everything since Thanksgiving. So my wife wanted to make sure that they could do it before she gave me the okay to take off. So. Have you had any day that you were close to quitting? No. Okay. No. The day that my leg hurt so bad that I could barely walk, and I was thankful that I had brought some pain pills. I brought 4 pain pills, just for emergencies only. And the day that it got so excruciating that I couldn't hardly walk, I had to wrap my leg, take a pain pill, and it took me 3 miles to get off the trail. Okay. But no, there's no. I'm not gonna quit. This is the second step of a 4-step process. 2 years ago, I rode my bicycle across the United States. I rode from San Diego to Jacksonville, Florida, and then this year I want to hike the AT. And then in 2 years, I want to ride my bicycle across the northern tier, which goes from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. And then 2 years after that, I want to hike the PCT. So I want to bike, hike, bike, hike. Well, that's interesting. I don't know, you probably didn't know, there was an 87-year-old guy last year called Pappy. And Pappy was going to be the oldest guy to ever hike. He's a triple crowner anyway. Oh, wow. But he didn't make it last year, but he was a bike rider. And he told me in that interview that he took a ride one day, and he left Jacksonville, Florida, and he went to Maine and took a left-hand curve, and went to Washington, took a left-hand turn, and went to San Diego, took a left-hand turn, and went back home. I said, that's a pretty big square. Yeah, and, that is about 1,400 miles. Yeah, it's a long ways. I know that is a long ways to ride a bike. I don't even know if I can go in my truck that far. Yeah. Anything that you would change if you were starting back over today? Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, because I injured myself a little bit, I would go a little bit slower.
Okay.
Even though I took about 1.5 years training,
Okay.
which is more so than from talking to people.
Yeah, it is.
Most people just, let's go hike the AT. I actually trained for it, hiked a bunch, and I felt like I was in really good condition for it. But the longer days just, they got to me. So.
Okay, and Deadpool, I'm going to talk to him in a second. He and I talked the other day about that. Physically, I think you could let the trail train you, but the emotional, the mental part is probably something you really got to work on off the trail.
And what's nice is I've already seen my wife twice since I've been out here. First time she drove to Fontana.
Okay.
And we spent a couple days, and then of course when I got hurt there in Irwin, she came and she said that she didn't ever think she would spend a week's vacation in Irwin, Tennessee, but it was not bad. I mean, we went up to Johnson City and we went over to Asheville and went out to the Biltmore House and just drove around, and we actually she hiked 4 or 5 miles with me just to get my leg back into shape, and so it's been nice. It's been nice.
Good deal. You want to say hello to anybody before we cut it off?
Just all to my friends and family. Yeah. Hey.
God bless every step between here and Katahdin. Nice meeting you.
Thanks.
All right, I got another person that's attempting a through hike here. Just come out at Carver's Gap. Just went over Rome Mountain. How was that hike? I know it was a lot of ice.
It was real interesting. It's probably my favorite part so far because of the hotel that used to be there, no longer, but there was like that water fountain that doesn't work and a fireplace, and then you keep going and you find the highest shelter on the AT. So that was cool. I found it interesting. And my boyfriend dragged me up by a rope going up the really one of the icy parts, so that was fun.
That's cool.
We had fun with it.
Hadn't heard anybody doing that.
It didn't work out too well.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe the people watching won't try it.
Yeah, don't do it.
After that. When did you start your hike?
March 4th.
Okay, and you start by yourself?
No, my boyfriend who's in the
He's the
Johnny
one
Blue.
just went to the boys' room.
Mm-hmm.
Everything working well for you?
Yeah, so far feet hurt a little bit, but I mean that's to be expected. So.
What's your trail name?
I'm Star Crunch.
Star Crunch. How did you get that name?
I just eat a lot of Little Debbie snacks. They're all Star Crunches.
Yeah, we get along. I like Little Debbie's. A good thing. What's been the hardest part since you left Springer Mountain to you?
I miss my dogs a lot, but there's FaceTime for that. So every time I get service, I try to FaceTime them.
Dogs are the second missed on the Appalachian. Of course, the spouse is first, and the dog is running second this year. So that's good for the dog. They just caught up a little bit more.
Yeah.
What else have you missed about not being at home?
I guess the people that you're around you typically, but then you end up making friends out here. But you can't replace those people. So.
How much planning did you do for this?
I didn't do much, to be honest. My boyfriend did a lot of it.
Okay.
I just kind of follow his lead, and I'm in charge of the stuff back home. Like our house is on Airbnb, so I'm in charge of that stuff, and our dogs and their placement, so I'm in charge of that. So I'm not too. I don't know. It's all a surprise for me every day. How many miles we do.
Where is home? Did you say?
West Virginia. It's like 20 miles from Harper's Ferry.
Oh, wow! So you're hiking.
Bunker Hill near Martinsburg.
I'm from West Virginia.
Oh, cool. Small world.
Yeah. Now, when you get there, you'll get some help, I guess. And
oh, yeah, we're so excited. It's going to be hard to keep going after Harper's Ferry, but
but that's exciting to know you've got family and friends right there that maybe can have y'all slack packed any?
We have a little bit. Yeah, we did about from, what is it called? Hot Springs.
Yeah.
Instead of going out of Hot Springs, we went.
You came back.
And,
That's 6 miles from Tanyard Gap.
Yep.
But you could. It's very easy when you get to Harper's Ferry. If you got family or friends there, you'll be able to take advantage of that.
Oh yeah.
How far are you going today?
Today we're kind of in between. We feel good, so we might go all the way to Rowan.
All the way to 19E, the next road.
We might
That's 14
end up all
miles.
the way. Yeah, we like
no,
beer.
15 more miles from here.
We love beer.
Oh, okay, so that may push you there because they got the station called the station.
The station, that's what it is.
Okay.
And then, but if we, just want to embrace the outdoors, we'll stay in that barn.
Yeah, over a mountain.
Yep.
And not that bad of a hike for tomorrow either. You got a pretty day today to hike, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That ice was the most ice you've been over on the trail?
The Smokies had a little bit of ice. I felt like I was back in the Smokies back there. So.
Anybody you want to say hello to before we get out of here?
everybody from West Virginia and everybody that's following us on Instagram. It's been awesome with the support. And
You want to tell them that Instagram?
it's at Through or False. It's a play
Okay.
on words. Instead of true or false, it's through.
Okay. And you said all of West Virginia or just part of it?
I'll do all of it. I don't want to leave out anyone.
God bless every step between here and Katahdin. I hope I get to see a summit picture.
Yes.
All right, this is the better half of the last one we just had. Give us your trail name.
I'm Moss.
M-O-S-S?
M-O-S-S.
How'd you get that name?
A couple weeks in, I ran out of toilet paper, and Star Crunch refused to let me use any of hers.
I understand
So
that.
I devolved to Moss, which I would equate to baby wipes.
Okay, good.
You
Well,
don't have
that's,
to keep that- you don't have
that's
to back
nice.
out.
Maybe you don't need baby wipes the rest of the trip. There's a lot of moss out here.
There is a lot of moss.
I know there was at Klingman's Dome, just south of Klingman's Dome.
Yeah, there
You could
was.
build a house with all of it there. When did you start?
We started March 4th.
March the 4th. She told me y'all are going back toward Harper's Ferry, where you're from.
From Harper's Ferry.
That's got to be exciting, knowing that you'll get help there and see friends and relatives.
Definitely, yeah, excited to see family for sure.
What's been the hardest part for you being out here?
The hardest part. The couple days in Klingman's, or around Klingman's Dome, was really tough.
Okay.
We've been carrying pretty light packs, and that was the first day that we were carrying 5 days of resupply. So coming up out of Fontana Dam up to Klingman's was actually really tough on my legs.
And she told me you did all the planning.
Uh-huh.
How much planning did you do?
Well, we have 35 resupply boxes.
That's pretty good
and
planning.
We mailed them all forward. So I was kind of forced to make like a tentative plan, and we're exactly on it so
It's
far.
working out.
Exactly on it.
Even on the time frame?
It's on the day. I'm not so
Really?
much on the time frame. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Wow,
we'll see.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. How many miles are you going to be hiking, say, in after Damascus a day? How many miles a day you think?
17 to 22, something
Wow.
like that, probably.
Wow, impressive. Do you have a time that you need to be finished or you want to be finished by?
I told the work that we both quit at that we'd be back around 6 months. I'm going to try to get rehired from them. So 6 months would be ideal.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. What kind of work did you do?
I'm a CRNA, so certified registered nurse anesthetist.
Okay.
Kind of like a nurse practitioner that gives anesthesia.
Yeah, I know exactly what you. I had
Yeah.
2 nurses last year on the trail. We talked about it, and I said, well, y'all could stop anywhere and go to work. And I guess, but so you'll go back probably at the same position, same place?
I'm hoping so, yeah.
That's good, that's good. If a helicopter could drop you any food in the world tonight, wherever you're sitting, what would it be? Tuna fish?
Definitely not tuna.
Ramen.
Ramen. Hey, I'm gonna hit you saying that.
Ramen.
'Cause ramen. I had somebody tell me cereal not long ago. And then,
Probably a French dip.
French dip.
With some au jus.
Au jus. Okay, that's interesting. People, if you're watching, see if you can find a helicopter. See if you can find some of that and drop it to him. Anybody you want to say hello to before we say goodbye?
Say hello to my mom, my friends from home. My
She
sister-
said hello to all West Virginia. So
all
she
West
covered-
Virginia.
Don't leave anyone out.
I'm cutting short.
But I can tell you, mom or wife is the high answer,
I bet.
and the dog, and she's already covered the dog.
She called
so
the dog.
She covered the dog, so we got all of them covered now. God bless every step between here and Katahdin, and I hope I see y'all up the trail and get maybe a picture from Katahdin.
All right, thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Hey, Deadpool, give us your trail name, even though I just said it.
Hi, it's Deadpool.
And how did you get that name?
They told me I look like the guy that plays him in the movies, Ryan Reynolds. I'll take it.
Deadpool, you hiked last year. Tell us about that.
I hiked 2 years ago, actually.
2 years, I'm sorry.
2017, I hiked. Yeah, I attempted and got 830 miles.
And what got y'all?
A little bit of physical, more mental fatigue.
Tell me about that. Tell me a little bit about what you and I talked about, how people don't prepare for that part of it.
Yeah, I was 2 years ago, I was prepared physically. I was in great shape. And I didn't have any problems, too many problems with the hiking before I got initially injured. But yeah, it got tough, and it was such a quick moment when it happened. It was so fast. I just was walking one day and decided I'd rather be in town right now. You know what I mean? Town's
Yeah.
real nice when you're out hiking. So I said, well, I live in a town, so why don't you just go home? And my phone came out of my pocket, and I made 2 phone calls, and I was home in about 2 days.
All right, now tell me the difference this year. Tell me a little bit about what you told me in the hotel, how you've trained to differently this
Yeah, I
time.
trained a little bit differently. I trained less physically this time for 2 reasons. One, so I could go slower in the beginning, and so the trail could train me. And 2, I tried to train mentally, just through meditation, more or less, and remembering why I'm here, and keeping, somebody else said this, but keeping your whys close. Like, why are you out here? So.
Okay, so when you get down or something, you go back to those thoughts, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's already, see, I wasn't mentally fatigued this time last time when I was here.
Okay.
It's already started. It's tough. It's
Right.
tough being out here for, whatever reasons. So
Right.
I'm already past initial stages of that, where last time it was pretty quick when it came on, and
Okay.
having the people around helps too. You need people to pick you up when you're down, and you need to pick other people up when
Right.
they're down. And
Works
it's-
both ways.
Yeah, it's a give and take. It's a spectrum of, goes all the way around.
All your
if it
gear's
works.
working good, you said?
Yeah, it's actually the same pack as I had, the same exact pack. I made a couple differences just in the stuff that I brought, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. Yeah.
I'm not going to keep you any longer. I know y'all right here in the wind, getting ready to go, heading toward maybe over Mountain Shelter. Is that right?
We're going to the barn, absolutely.
Okay, to the barn. You want to say hello to anybody before we cut it off?
Mom, Dad, hi.
That always helps.
Everybody else who's watching. I know Shane's watching, so
God bless every step between here and Katahdin.
thank you, Jimmy. You're the best. Thank you.